By the end of this video, you'll know the hidden cost most people miss on both sides and the one assumption that flips the entire result. You'll know which side of this debate you're actually on based on the numbers and not just opinions. So let's start with what most people do. They look at their rent. Let's say it's $600 a week. That's roughly $2,600 a month. Then they look at what a mortgage would cost on a place in the same area. Let's say it's a $900,000 property. They've got a 10% deposit, so they're borrowing around $810,000 at a, let's call it 5.75%. That's roughly $4,700 a month. And they go, well, renting is $2,600 and buying is $4,700. Renting is obviously cheaper. Case closed. But here's what they've missed. And this is the part that changes everything. That $4,700 a month mortgage repayment is not all the cost. A chunk of that is principal. It's going back to you and building equity. It's money you keep. Rent, every single dollar is gone. You will never see a cent of it again. So the real comparison isn't rent versus the mortgage repayment. It's rent versus the money you lose when you buy. The unrecoverable costs. Let me show you what I mean. When you rent, your unrecoverable cost is simple. It's the rent and all of it's gone. When you buy, your unrecoverable costs are the bits of money that disappear and never come back. And there are more of them than people think. You've got your interest on the loan. Not just the repayment, just the interest portion. On an $810,000 loan at 5.75%, that's roughly $3,880 a month in the first year alone. Then you've got council rates, water rates, strata if it's a unit, maintenance. And I'm not talking about a renovation. I'm talking about the hot water system that dies in winter, the roof leak, the plumbing, the stuff renters call their landlords about and owners pay for out of their own pocket. Most people forget all of this. They compare the rent to the mortgage repayment and completely ignore that owning a home costs money on top of the loan. Now here's where it gets interesting. When you add all of that up, the interest, the rates, the strata, the maintenance, the buying costs like stamp duty and legal fees, spread over time, sometimes the unrecoverable cost of buying is actually higher than rent, especially right now with rates the way they are. But sometimes it's not. And the moment it flips, depends on one thing most people never calculate. It's what your money would be doing if you didn't buy. Think about it. If you're renting and you're saving the difference between rent and what a mortgage would cost, and you're investing that money, that return counts. That's real and changes the equation. But if you're renting and the difference is going to Uber Eats and weekends in Bali, then renting isn't the smart move. It's just the easy one. This is what your parents actually mean when they say rent is dead money. They're not wrong about the principle. They're wrong about the assumption. They assume renters aren't investing the difference. And honestly, a lot of the time they're right. So the real question isn't rent or buy. It's this. What are you doing with the gap?